Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. For this video, we'll be going through a bit of a combination of a unboxing, time-lapse and review of the Doctor Strange's Interdimensional Portal set 30652, and this particular set is a Polybag set, hence why I'm able to try and squeeze in a bit of a time-lapse. And this particular Polybag was released in the first quarter of 2023, so it's only just recently come out, and I thought, Polybag sets are pretty fun to build, so why not? And here we have the front of the Polybag set. So we have a minifig of Doctor Strange himself, basically opening up a portal, I dare say, to... I'm actually not too sure where he's opening the portal to and from, but obviously it is a nice little scenic recreation nonetheless. Plus it's also a Polybag, so don't expect it to be too detailed, but it does look very cool. So obviously there will be the portal there, and in terms of the back of the bag, well, we do get to see some of the pieces loose in the bag, and we do see a nice little folded up manual. So now that we've had a look at the outside of the bag, I'll crack open the bag and then pretty much go straight into the time lapse. And with the time lapse now finished, and not to mention as well as the interdimensional portal as well. So what do we basically have? So we have a small bag of a few of these little small pieces left, since LEGO do like to give us some spare pieces just in case. So there are some of those. In terms of everything else, so we have the little manual, which I won't go through since it's pretty much visible in the time lapse. But yes, little folded manual of how to put everything together. And I guess in terms of everything else, well, we have a minifig of Stephen doing his little wizardy thing. Surprisingly detailed, the minifig. He's got some nice detailing on his front. He does have some on his back, but I guess we can just pull his head off momentarily. We need to take off the cloak. So there's some of the details on the back of the minifig. Now Stephen will have two heads, so he has a bit of a somewhat of a angry head, and then his more happier head. I'll just reattach his hair. So, very nice little minifig of Stephen Strange. And I do also like how, even with his hair, they have just added in some of the grey highlights on the side as well. So, yes, very much Dr. Stephen Strange. So that's the minifig. In terms of the portal, Well, that's pretty much what the portal looks like. So it's pretty much just the whizzing portal, and it's opened up to some type of city location on the other side. In fact, I'll just make sure I've got that on securely. So very nice use of the translucent orange pieces to make the portal effect. The little miniaturized houses also, well, houses, townhouses, buildings, does look very nice. And then, not too sure what this is, but I'm assuming he must be inside the sanctum, potentially doing something. In fact, it also reminds me of that portal room that we saw in the first Doctor Strange movie. So that is very cool. So no moving parts, which is fine. If we want to look at the portal from the back, it's pretty much the back of the cityscape. It does look a little awkward, but that's definitely the front. Nice to have these additional items of, I'm not too sure what they are. I'm assuming this is some type of vial, and I'm not too sure what that's supposed to be. Now, they do usually put Stephen off on the periphery, but I don't know. I guess you could still stand him on just an end piece of the set, and then pose him accordingly to him doing something very interesting. So that is pretty much the Doctor Strange's Interdimensional Portal set. A very nice little polybag build. Didn't take too long. I think probably took in total about 6 minutes, but I'll just do that for make it somewhat presentable. Yeah, I think it took about 6 minutes to do the time lapse, so by the time I've done some editing on that, that's condensed down to maybe about 2 minutes of time lapse. With that being said, it was obviously a very simple build. There's nothing overly complex about it. If anything, it was probably a little bit fiddly because of some of the smaller pieces for the townhouses and buildings. We're probably similar with setting up the effects for Stranger's Hands. But otherwise, yeah, fun little build, didn't take too long. It's a nice little showpiece to display somewhere. And if you're a fan of the Marvel subline of Lego, no doubt it'll be a nice welcome addition to that. It is unfortunate I don't have any of the larger Doctor Strange sets, but I think I'm happy with this little polybag. It was a nice little acquisition, relatively inexpensive. Compared to other polybags, I think this one's probably more on the basic side. But that's okay, I don't mind. I'll try and do a bit of a photo shoot and some very basic shorts of this as well, which will hopefully be around same time as this combo video. Thank you very much for watching this quick unboxing, time-lapse, and very basic review. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below, and as I mentioned, there will be some supplementary content to go with this video as well. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in a future video. See ya.